What are you doing? what are you doing? It's your girl Erica Rocket and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, y'all, we just gonna do a mukbang. Just gonna talk about what I don't know. We probably gonna be doing more eatings than talking
at this point.
Yeah, cause we hungry. We went to Red Lobster, my favorite place.
And
I'm
salivating.
Bye. That's just that I'm at. We got the shrimp linguine Alfredo. I know y'all can't really see the food, but that's the food. And we got some extra crab legs, some bread. I got a Caesar salad, vitamin, water. She just water.
Everybody say grace.
Grace.
Man. Did they do that?
They had no choice.
No choice.
Y'all go to Red Lobster every year for my birthday. If I haven't stayed at that yet, I'm staying at the end. I go every year. Since the 10th or the 9th grade, I've been doing that.
I think it was the 9th. Because I think I was so honored to get an invitation.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I wasn't your friend like that?
Yeah. But, you know, nobody invite me nowhere. Yeah, I think... You remember that picture of us sitting on a bench? It was
when
you,
I had on
me.
like a airbrush shirt.
Yeah.
Laquita? What was her name?
I just had it, but now you made me lose.
It was you, KD, her,
And me.
and you.
Oh, it was, Nope, I think that's it.
And the situation I was in at the time. That was it. And then my family.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really have friends like that before I came in the picture? Like at on campus? Not I'm saying campus.
No.
What is that considered?
Because I didn't know nobody when I came. Except for my sister, but...
She was doing her
You
own
know how
thing.
that went.
Girl, she was doing her own thing. You know what? I don't think we ever discussed how we met. I don't think we have.
Did we?
I don't think we have. All we know is all they know is high
detail.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we met. First off, let's go over. We haven't even discussed why we call each other Sisham. Let's go there. I'll start that off.
Yeah, because you know I don't be knowing. I be forgetting.
I remember.
Or was it Broham and then Jamie Foxx?
Exactly. So Jamie Foxx, the show. I think it was, what was his name? Brinson? I forgot his name because my show is Martin.
Yeah.
I love Jamie though, don't get me wrong, but my show is Martin. But I you know used to tune in or whatever, so he used to say Broham, and then we, you know, I think I started saying that, and then I brought it to Sisham, and I just started putting Sisham in front. And then we just started calling each other that. And then people on campus started calling us that.
Literally everybody.
I think the nickname would be... Because I really went by Erica. But when we were together, they would say the Sisham.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you had another nickname too.
Shorty.
Yeah. It was Shorty.
Everybody knew me by especially in sports, by Shorty.
Mm-hmm. See, cheer... I was Erica. I wasn't Sisham. But they still called you Sisham.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that crazy?
That's right. I didn't even realize that.
They still called you Sisham, but I was Erica. I think because them was really my homegirls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were cool with them, but you was doing your own thing. I think the common denominator was us.
Yeah.
Because we was really friends for real. Sisham was just different. Nerdy. That's it. You're just nerdy. See, I was nerdy, but I was like... What would you say?
I said what I said.
Bye. Bye. Because you ain't say nothing. It was like I was nerdy, but like a cool nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sisham was nerdy. She was cool, funny. But I was just like, I don't know, like, I enjoy getting my nails done. You know, I stay going to the mall. And Sisham wasn't into that. Hell, you still not into that, really.
Sure aren't.
But yeah, I was more into that. So Sisham was just more like, oh, it's lunchtime, I'm going to tutoring. And I started doing that too because of that. I'm like, okay. Like I said, I think my first video, part of the reason why I feel like I went to college was because of Sisham. Because she was so on it. Like having a friend that was so on it, it'll make you be like, oh, okay, you think about college? I wasn't really thinking about that too much. I know I need to come to school and get decent grades. My mom don't play that, but I wasn't thinking about life beyond that. And then Sisham was. So it was like, oh, okay. So then I started going to tutoring.
But you know, Sisham, it's funny because, I mean, I always knew I would go to college simply because, you know, my mama. But even then, it wasn't like, oh, I have to go to college because my mom's like, I gotta go to college. And even in high school, it wasn't even like that for me. Yeah. I was just like, I want to do the best I can.
See, my mom never told me, like, we never discussed college. I came and told her, like, oh, yeah, Mom, we applying to schools. And I think she set me up. She implicitly told me. Now, let's go over implicit, okay, science, if you don't know. The difference between explicitly and implicitly stating something. Explicitly is more so you verbally say it, like, oh, you are going to do this. Implicitly is stating it by action. So she set me up by putting me, like, in the AVID program and buying me certain books that just was navigating that way. But we never had the conversation like, okay, you got to go to college. This is the move for that. We never discussed it. I had to come to my mom, was like, oh, Mom, we're applying to colleges. They're waiving the fee. Okay, I got accepted into this school. Real talk. This is going to be my first time stating it publicly, but I got denied to every school I applied to. For real. Every single school. But the schools that I wanted to go to, I got in. Virginia State was top. Virginia State was my number one school.
You want to be on the UU squad. Whatever they call it.
UU. Woo-woo. Okay. UU. But yeah, I want to be on the woo-woo squad. But that was my number one school. I'm like, if I get in here, I don't care about nothing else. But every other school, I'm talking UC Riverside, UC Irvine, hell, Cal State, like Long Beach, Cal State, Dominguez, like all them schools, I got denied, and it was crazy because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And really, I feel like it was my SAT scores, because I got throughout high school all A's, and I'll probably get 1 B, and that was in math. But I was active. I was a part of different clubs. I was the captain of the cheer team. We both were. And I didn't get accepted. And then my last school was Cal City Lake. I applied to Cal City Lake just because I already knew how that school was. But I got in and I was like, okay, I'll go there. But that was not the move. That was not where I wanted to go. But yeah, y'all, I got denied to a lot of schools, for real. I actually applied to, I think, a total of 11 or 8. 11 including the 3 HBCUs out of state. I got accepted into all 3 of those. But only 1 of the schools out here. How crazy is that? Ain't that crazy?
They had the representatives for the HBCUs on our school too.
Same. Wait, like that came on campus talking? Yeah, they did. Oh, I'm talking. I said same like we didn't go to the same school. Yeah. And they came and talked to us, and I would never forget. The girl was a lady that worked for Virginia State. I forgot what her title was, but I was calling her. I'm like, when she came and spoke, I was like, look, I'm trying to go to this school. I really want to be a part of the woo-woo squad. I already know everything about this school. I'm really trying to be a part of this school. Like, she was like, only downfall is your SAT score. That's the only thing that'll mess you up. I'm like, okay, I have great grades. She was like, yeah, I see that. You have excellent grades. You're active. Like, I feel like you can't get in. When I say I caught that lady every day, and then I go outside. She calls me one day. I'm in class. I go outside. She's like, hi, Erica. I just wanted to let you know you are accepted into Virginia State. I'm going to send you the email. I'm like, perfect. I call my mom and tell her. She was like, okay. I'm like, but this is the school I want to go to. She's like, you're not going out of state, though. We already discussed that. I'm like, but this is, like, the school I want to go to. You're my only child. Like, that's not happening. It wasn't even necessarily the money. She wasn't even talking about the money, like the out-of-state tuition fees. She didn't say anything about that. It was just me being the only child going out of state. She was not feeling that. In which I guess I get. But not ready. Because that's the school I want to go to, you know? That's my story, y'all.
My story is completely opposite.
Tell it. Tell the Saints.
Opposite in terms of, like, the schools that I applied to. But the same in terms of...
What, like not getting accepted? I feel like I thought you got accepted into every school you applied to.
Yeah.
You did, right?
I applied to, like, 10 or 11 schools, and I got accepted to all of them except for Cornell. But everybody and their mama knew I wasn't getting into that. I was just... I just applied because it was free. I was worried. I was like, this SAT is probably not going to make me get through. It's a hot mess if that's what it comes to. A freaking test score.
Yeah. And the questions, it'd be like...
It don't make no sense.
No, it all these words. It'll be like... If Jane jumped over to pick up Julie, and Julie came back at 2:30, but Jane came back around 5. In between that time, what time did Julie and Jane link back? It's just like, I don't know. You tell me. Because I don't get it. Like, you writing this big paragraph for what?
Right.
Put stuff on there that we really need in the real world. We don't need that. Like, they don't even ask about that type of stuff in college for real. Sure. Let's talk about it. So why is it that big of a deal for this test? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But go on. I just have to let that out.
Yeah, I applied to like 10, 11 schools. Got into all of them except... Actually, no. I definitely didn't get into Cornell, which was expected. And then Cal Poly Pomona, I got put on the wait list. Ooh, when I tell you my mama was pissed. She was pissed. She emailed that
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
You really wanted to go there?
Yeah. No.
Oh, you didn't?
But the way that they emailed me saying that I was put on the wait list, it was so rude. Like, it was basically saying like, oh, you suck. You're on the wait list. Hope for the best. Maybe you should start looking at another school to go to.
Oh.
Literally. I think that was the word. You need to start looking for another school to go to. And when I showed my mama, she was so upset. Because my mom wanted me to go there. Because when I first was looking at schools, my first choice was UC Davis. And I got in. Well, I got in.
That was your first choice?
Yeah. And
you probably told me this, but it's been years.
Huh?
I said you probably told me this already, but it's been years.
Yeah. So
UC
Davis was my first choice, but then I learned about Tuskegee, and then Tuskegee became my first choice. Like, I really wanted to go. I was gonna play softball. Like, I got a scholarship. Now, it wasn't a full ride scholarship, but it was a scholarship. The tuition was actually cheaper than it was at UC Davis, because UC schools are really expensive.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I was like, bruh.
Because it's out of state?
Yeah.
Same reason?
She wanted me to go Cal Poly Pomona because it's down the street. I said, I'm trying to go as far away from you as possible. So when UC Davis came, after I got the denial from Cal Poly Pomona, my mom, she was happy at that, the kind of person she was then, happy. She came into my room. Granted, I still have multiple decisions. I got Chico State. I got...
Oh, Chico.
nobody and their mom was going to Chico.
Yeah.
Chico, Fresno. I don't know the schools I got into besides like Virginia State, Lincoln University. So my mama came in my room after I got the acceptance from UC Davis. Granted, I had other options I could choose from. She said, she was like, you need to call your grandma and tell you you're going to UC Davis. I said, huh? Oh, so you're making the decision. Pretty much. Like, I can't even make the decision. Now, granted, she told me to Tuskegee. She said no to Tuskegee, so I was going to go to UC Davis anyway. But still, it's like, isn't this my decision? My choice? You know? But,
How I feel.
Anyhow.
You know what? I don't think my mom knows that I didn't get accepted into other schools. I don't think she knows. I don't think I told her. But I will never forget when it was one denial. I think it was to like San Diego State. I'm like, dang, they coming back to back the denials. I went in that bathroom, the bungalows area, you know, where the new lunch area where they moved the office to in the middle. I went in there. I called the significant other that I was with at the time. I boo-hoo, baby. I was like, am I even gonna be able to go to college? Like, my mom said I can't go to Virginia. Like, I'm just getting all these denials. Like, I was boo-hooing because I'm like, I already have my mindset on going to college and no shade to a community college, but I wanted the real experience fresh out of high school going to a 4-year university. Like, so nothing wrong with community though. It's cheaper if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I wanted the experience of going straight out of high school to a 4-year university. And but I'm like, dang, I'm getting all these denials. So I boo-hoo. I actually am glad I went to Cal State. Number one, the dorms. I like the setup. It looks like literally a 2-bedroom apartment. That's what I like. I didn't really have too much of a room. I mean, it was 2 people per room. But the first year, my roommate ended up getting a boyfriend, so he lived upstairs, so she would always be gone. Second year, I just did not have a roommate. I did not have a roommate. I mean, 2 people came, 1 person came, smelled like spoiled milk for a month. I don't know how I dealt with that. That was the worst thing ever. I'm not even kidding. Then, you know, no shade. I'm not being, you know, racist or nothing. So please don't take this and run with you. But she was Asian. You know, Asians eat some stuff, boy. So when she'll go to that bathroom and let it out, I'll be like, good God Almighty. This is a dead cat? Jesus Christ. It would be stinking like she really smelled like spoiled milk. And then I ended up getting another roommate. She didn't last that long, for like a month. And then it was over from that. Like, I just was by myself. And I loved it. Well, that's why I chose Cal State because I already kind of knew that school. Because my cousin went there, so. I ain't gonna lie, I was still kind of sick. Like, dang, I ain't gonna be a part of the Ooh Squad. I done sat up here and watched this parade 50 times. For homecoming, ain't nothing like a HBCU homecoming. And I'm so glad my friends Ro and Nira went to a HBCU, not just a HBCU, but Howard. That homecoming, it made me want to move. Well, that's pretty much how we met. I feel like
in 9th grade in Avid.
9th grade Avid.
You almost did everything. I'm not impressed.
You act like I don't be eating for real. I'm just skinny. But every time we hang out, I'm talking about you hungry?
You know I be hungry.
Yeah. All that dancing. After I dance, I be starving.
Starving like Marvin.
Like, that's why I got to start on now. This dancing, you sweat out your edges. They start lifting up to the sky. That's why I got to scarf on. I hate when I get to this part and I'm scraping at the bottom of my purse. Dang. Okay, you guys, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And leave some ideas in the comments of what you guys would like to see on this channel. And yeah, do you have something to say, Sisham?
Nope.
Okay, well, since that is it and it's lit. Peace.